This is, of course, we call it the Will Little experience, but what it is instruction that's different than anything you'll probably get anywhere else. The way he goes about it and the way he and Andy and Barry go about it is special. But the one part of this that I like to highlight is what we do with this meal. This is the one camp that I do still cook a meal, and the fellowship that goes on around that meal is very important to me, because I think the part of umpiring that we get lost in is we are each other's keepers, whether we believe it or not. That's what we were put here for. And the fact that we can sit here and share with each other and grow with each other and disciple each other is very important to me. So I'm gonna ask my brother Andy here to bless the meal, and then we're gonna get into some eating.
Heavenly Father, I come to you right now thanking for a day that we could spend together with friends, with new friends, and renewing old acquaintances. Right now, I thank you for the food that you've prepared for us, Lord. I thank you for the hands that prepared it. I pray that you bless this food to our bodies. You bless us as we go out tomorrow and we go out back to our homes tomorrow night, that you keep us safe as we travel, that you watch over us, you guard us, and we help and pray that each of us can be effective witnesses for you in everything that we do and everything we come in contact with. It's in your mighty name I pray. Amen.
Amen. You know, this actual clinic's been going on for quite a few years now. It's grown into what we effectively have called the Will Little experience. I have never figured out why we didn't call it the Andy Glenn experience. It started with a few of us. Will and I would like to sit around and smoke cigars, and that went from casually coming out here to suggesting that maybe you attend, since Dave was nice enough to make a meal, to, hey, if you want to get to know some of the guys, that's more of the experience than you would like to believe. Sometimes, Dave, getting to know your character and who you are means more than just knowing how you are on a baseball field. We've often said that, you know, give me an okay umpire that's a great person, I'll work with him every weekend. But give me a great umpire that's not a very good person, I'm not really interested in working with him. And as this has grown, this has become, of all the clinics we do all year and all the sessions we do, the around the fire pit sessions have always been the best. And for whatever reason, and I think a lot of it is because Will is here, this ends up being the session that I enjoy. I know last year and the last couple of years, they've ended up just impromptu grown into some of the best, most effective talking and things that go on. You know, now, Barry, this is for you and I don't know, 8-9 years of doing this together. Will's been with us that whole time. Will, with his 3 boys, can't come all the time. And now he's gone from, when we first started this, Will and I are probably doing 10, 12, 15 clinics a year. That slowly went down. He got busier. I'm not sure why. He's got 3 kids and he thinks he's home for 8 weekends and he needs to spend some time with his wife. Seems a little selfish to me, but that's what he's decided to do for those couple weekends. But he still has always said the one clinic I want to try to do is the one we can do with Dave in this group, because it seems to be a lot of fun. That's what's grown into this Will Little experience, and we get to have it. And it's always a pleasure for me to have him with us. It makes things, you know, Barry gave me a hard time today about Friday night. He goes, man, you were on last night. I guess you had to up your game because Will was in the room. But with that said, I want to turn it over to Will for a few minutes while we sit around here and just let him talk to y'all. Most of y'all get me at another clinic or 2 throughout the year, and you only get Will for a little while. I appreciate y'all being out here. Dave, wherever you are out here tonight, I appreciate what you do for us. I appreciate you letting us be us. For those of you who've been around long enough to know, you know, Dave's usually in bed asleep by 9 o'clock. That's why we have to start these things a little bit earlier, to try to have Dave here a little bit longer. But with that, I'm going to try to turn it over to Will and let him talk to you a little bit about what he does, why he does his clinic, what this stuff means to him, and what he likes to give back about that.
I've been umpiring for, you know, a long time now. And I'm fortunate that I work with Major League Baseball as a full-time umpire. And so I get a lot of experiences, a lot of evaluations, a lot of supervisories over the many years, far beyond what you guys will probably ever get. And I wouldn't feel right if I didn't have that experience and come back to share that with you all and with anybody else, any other clinic I've ever done. The one thing I don't like to do is I don't like to define myself with MLB or as a Major League Baseball. I don't look at it as any different. I look at it as we're all umpires. I think it's a fraternity. If you have any passion to do this job and do it at a high level, just like all of you guys do, then the least I can do is come back and try to share some knowledge or experiences that I've had that maybe they help you, maybe they don't. Maybe they directly apply to your situations, maybe they don't. But only you guys can kind of pick and choose what you put in your back pockets and put it into action on the field. And if you see some improvements, then hey, I enjoy that. But it's times like this that I like to make. I mean, Andy said I have dwindled down to where I've got 3 little guys and my wife, and only so many weekends. And weekends are very precious to me because my kids are now in school, and so during the weeks there's still not a lot of time with them. But the weekends they're out of school. The last thing I want to be doing is locked up on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday all the time like we used to do. And it takes away a lot of time from them, so that's just not where my priorities are for that. But I do have a strong desire to express and expand my knowledge out to you guys the best way I can. And I have a tremendous friend and resource for you guys that I can tell you, if he's saying it, it's probably me also saying it. It's not something that he's just making up that you think, oh, well, it doesn't really work. I've probably told him, and maybe it doesn't work, but the hope is that it does, and we spend hours. So Andy always talks. I tell you, I take it very seriously. Obviously, it's my career, it's my job, it's my livelihood, but I can talk about it all night. And this is my first time here around the fire that I'll be here for quite a while. Like, I'm not leaving anytime soon. Got my kids off to the grandparents, and my wife is doing a little girls' gathering deal, and so I got a lot of time here. So whether it's just an hour or a couple few hours, whatever, we're here. Maybe we go across the street or something. I don't know what we do. I mean, we just kind of go with the flow. I've done this 1,000 times, but all I'll say is I like to hear as much from you guys as you hear from me. I mean, you won't hear me tell a whole lot of stories. Now, if you want to ask me and drag them out of me, I mean, I can pull them out, but I like to hear your all stories. That's, to me, I can learn from it, or I can help you learn from it. But if you're looking for my stories, a lot of my stories don't even apply to maybe your all's situations at all, and you really got nothing out of it other than a good laugh. And if that's what it is, then hey, that's fun. We can do that all night. But you got 2 guys here on my wings that they have as many experiences as I do, and one because of old age. I mean, they're old. So
60 plus, baby.
No, I say that respectfully. They've got a lot of experience in this, and Andy's taught with me since I ever started, and that was, man, I mean, I don't even remember the years, 2008, 9, something like that. And but at umpire school, when I was teaching umpire school, that went on for days. If any of you all that's been to umpire school, it's an in-depth all day, every day. And then as an instructor, it's even worse because it's all day, every day. And at night, this is all we did. And so I would have people like these 2 here that have been doing it a lot longer than me, older than me, and can share experiences, and sitting around fire pits in Florida and sitting around whether it be the bar or the dinner table, whatever. I mean, that's all we did. And we told stories, and that's where I think you can exponentially grow. If you come to a clinic like this and you think in 3 days you're going to do 3,000 reps and you're going to get it down to where you just don't make any mistakes, you're already mistaking yourself coming in here. That's not where the power of this comes from. I think the power of this comes from you're going to get the correct terminology, you're going to get the correct teachings and trainings that you can apply as you make your own reps moving forward. And those reps may be the next game, the next scrimmage, but if you're honest with yourself, most people, and I know this, they don't take every game seriously. And you end up wasting a 6-inning game or a 7-inning game and just to make a paycheck. And look, that's okay, I understand, I get it. But that's not gonna make you better. So if you can apply this stuff and go out there and take it serious every time, I think the coaches and the players will see it quickly, but I think you'll grow from it, and it makes your umpiring a lot more fun and a lot more confident. And then when you come back next year, you're not learning from the same page. I mean, a lot of you all are returners, you know. I mean, I look at Randy. I can remember Randy for whatever reason. You know, I think this is many, many years now. You know, but I feel like he's a great example of someone who, since he moved here and started down in this direction, if I remember the background correct, that transition for him, he's not a returning guy coming here learning the first hour of what maybe we cover on night one. He's looking for hour 2, and he already is covering more or less just saying, all right, hour 1, what we covered is, all right, I got that down to hour 2. Now I need to concentrate on that, and that's all you're going to get out of this. I mean, it's a building blocks of stuff. You're not going to learn every position and get every play. You're not going to get plays at the plate. We can't do plays at the plate. I can give you those train tracks over and over and over, and then you can self-apply them to the videos or trainings that you got. And remember in your head, was I in a good position or was I not? And the biggest thing is, Andy to this day, and Barry, will send me plays. And, you know, I mean, I remember Andy on one of them, I think he sent it, I don't know if it was this season, it might have been last. I'm sure it was last because we had a lot going on. But it was a play where he was all uber excited that he nailed the play at the plate and finally got part of the train tracks right and this and that and the other, and I think he was looking for a pat on the back, and he didn't get that. Nope. So I ripped him on another part of it and sent it back, and I think he got deflated pretty quick. He was like, oh, thanks, appreciate it. Of course you would say that. I'm going to go to bed now. So, but no, we've shared a lot of times together. We've stayed on the phone for 1 to 3 hours. My wife would tell you, like, if I get on the phone, she'll go to the next room because she knows I'm not getting off for a while. I'll be talking about something. I mean, we talk about one play for 2 hours. That's no problem. Most people get bored with that, and that's okay. But that's not how I am. And Barry's no different. And Barry does it at the highest level of college baseball and will continue as long as he wants to do it because he takes it serious. And he's serious about his craft. He's serious about learning. I think I've, given him as much knowledge as I can to help him as he has me. His patience, his style of training is different than mine. I try to take that and use that and apply that, and he's fantastic. So, I mean, you can't have these two guys here and not take advantage of theirs. Barry's not going to, a lot like me maybe, he's not going to tell you a lot of stories. He's not going to talk about his games or whatever, but he has a lot of them, and you got to pull it out of him and take that, but you need to take advantage of that while you're here. And likewise from you guys, when we ask, hey, what do y'all have? What kind of situations you have? Like today we're talking about, we're trying to get the computer going. Y'all saw that, and so we carry on some conversations this morning about some odd rule situations. If you can't come up with every single year, at least one time, that you had a crew consultation or you made some ruling and you got some quick argument or question about it that you didn't have your wheel spinning on, did I just do that right? You're probably not being honest with yourself. Don't be afraid to share those experiences. Build that confidence because it's probably going to happen again. So, it's not like we're going to remember and be like, oh, well, we can't use him again. No, that's not what this is about. So be open about them. Somebody showed me a play last night of a plate I had earlier this year. They wanted to know what was going through my head. And it was like a no tag, possibly, no touch of the plate, whatever. And I was very hesitant on my call. And look, I didn't know if he touched the plate or not. The tag was extremely close. At the same time, the touch of the plate was extremely close. I couldn't look at both at the same time. And it all happened at 100 miles an hour. And I was just like, crap, I don't know if he touched the plate. And I really wasn't sure about the tag. They're so close. And so I ended up giving a very delayed call, but that's what it was, And what I could learn from that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I can look at two things here and here. It's just kind of some of those things. So there's some things that, probably as much as I could tell you to be, where to be, I can put you in the proper position for every single play. Guarantee you're going to miss some. Guarantee he's going to miss some. He's going to miss some. And I know I'm going to miss some. So don't be afraid to screw up and talk about them and learn from them. So, but right here is where it's at, and I love this time. It's very relaxed. We're not on the field. Dave always has this, and this is fantastic. So I think you should be very appreciative of this. And these guys are here all night, and whatever you got, we're all ears, and let's have a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm Barry Chambers. I'm from Little Mountain, South Carolina, originally born in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I've never been to pro school in my life. Didn't start umpiring until I was 31. Dave Brown's my best friend. We go way back. I was very fortunate to happen to be in the right place at the right time when these two gentlemen came along. I don't know if y'all remember this, but I remember just like yesterday when y'all were in Charlotte. We were at that academy. And what Will did today with his shadow thing, that was the first time I ever saw it, and I thought that's the amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. How can you go umpire a game and nobody's on the field? There's nothing. And if you that much attention to detail, I said, all right, this guy knows what he's talking about. I understand it, I get it. So when I came along, I was 31 years old. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I had 2 kids. We had 2 kids in daycare. He said he had 3. It's all about family for me. Family is what I'm about. Mine was, how am I gonna support my family and have my wife at home at the same time? So what did I do? I got into umpiring. Didn't know the camaraderie, did not know the brotherhood, you know. So when I stepped in that first meeting in January the 7th in Columbia, South Carolina at the Legion Hut, I thought I knew every rule in the book. Every rule. I thought the hand was part of the bat. I learned real quick it's not. So I got hooked. And then everything that I've ever wanted to do is try to be the best, but also be humble in doing it, because the way my parents taught me. So when I went into baseball, I went in for the wrong reason. I went in, hey, I got to make $30, right, to support my family. That's why I went in. I started at the lowest level you can start, T-ball, coach's pitch. And I wanted to be the best coach's pitch umpire there was. Then the next step was I want to be the next Dixie Youth baseball umpire I can be. And then the next step. And I was lucky, because it's all about timing. It wasn't like it is now. It's so competitive. And I just studied. I wanted to be the best. I'm not saying I'm the best. I've been very lucky and very fortunate to be in the right place at the right time. People pushed me. So much harder to do what y'all are doing today. We didn't have camps back then. And so my family is what I'm about. At the end of the day, I'm 60 years old. I've been in it for 29 years now. I've been very fortunate in what I've got to do. And all I want to do is give back. If today, working the cages, you know, I watch people and I could see the frustration sometime in the beginning. But at the end, I could see, oh, there's a little spark there, right? That's what does it for me. And the next day, like I think Andy mentioned it last night, when you get a call on the telephone, hey man, they're the first person you call besides their wife. Hey, I'm getting ready to do my first playoff high school game. Thank you. Don't thank me. Thank you. You put the work in. So I don't really want to talk about my career. All I really want to talk about is family to me. We've had this discussion. Dave puts on a great crew chief umpire camp. It's one of the best ones. Other than this, I was so excited to come today because it's a teaching camp. And I know some people think, oh, I don't really know why we need to do this, we need to do that. You need to do it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have the simple things, you're not going to make it. Hey, because at the end of the day, all you got on the field is your brothers on the field. You don't have to like them. You don't have to do anything, but guess what? When you're on that field, you go on that field together. And we come off that field together. So that's what I taught. That's what I've learned from Andy, although, you know, Andy's Andy. I just happened to be when Will, you know, he starts making his way up through everything. He should have been at the World Series a couple years ago. And, you know, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. It's all about timing, guys. You get the opportunity, you walk through the door. If somebody tells you, hey, I want you to do this, go do it. It's all about being in the right place at the right time. Okay, that's all it's about. Everybody out here, there's a lot of umpires better than me. I know that. I know that for a fact. But you know what? When you get the opportunity and your hand is raised, walk through the door and do the best you can do. Don't worry about what people's going to think about you. Oh, this guy says, oh, did you see Barry's play tonight? He missed that play. Well, you know what? They wish they could be. No, not Barry, but wish they could be there, right? So it ain't about missing the play. It's all about teaching and learning. Every play I've ever missed, I've always come back and say, hey, why did I miss it? You don't remember the good things, right? You remember the bad things, right? At least I do. You remember the pitches you missed. You don't remember the pitches you get right? I remember just like yesterday. We were talking last night, one of the best advices I ever got in my lifetime. The first time I ever worked with Greg Street, a long time ago, he first got out of the game. We talked about it last night on 3-2 pitch, bases loaded, 3-2 game, Duke playing Elon, midweek game. I'm behind the plate. The ball was that far off the plate, I balled it. One of the best piece advices I ever got in my life was I walked off that field. Greg Street was up the middle. He says, hey, man, you got the pitch right, but don't put that on you. Call it a strike. You know what I'm talking about? Now, you can't do that today, but then best piece of advice I ever got was from him was, hey, man, you got the pitch right. Sometimes you don't want to be right. Call it a strike. So I get it. I understood what he meant. But when I came up, we didn't get to just step right in like most of y'all did, right? We really didn't. Now people come out of the game, they go straight into the ACC, straight in the SEC. That's the expectation. But you forget about building all the way up. And that's what this camp's about. That's why I love it so much. I look at Rev. I call him Rev all my life, and I look at him today. When he got into the cage today, I'm trying to learn from him because his calmness, his coolness, his just who he is, it makes me proud because I feel like I had a part in it, you know. And I look around and I see everybody here, and I look just like the wife is here, Ashley, right? That's the best thing in the world. Y'all think I'm crazy? But if you've got a woman like this, you can come and support this, you better keep her. Because I'm going to tell you, it takes the whole village to be an umpire. If you don't understand that, at the end of the day, when you're out umpiring, John, you got 3 kids, right? You got a great wife. She come last year, didn't you? Didn't she? And she understood what's going on, right? If you don't have that, if you don't have the support, you're not gonna get it because it takes. And when you make it somewhere, I don't give a dang where you make it. It could be the state playoffs in the Dixie Youth. It doesn't matter. Nobody can do what y'all can do. Everybody don't understand that. All right, everybody don't understand that. There's not a lot of people can do what you do, not at the level that you do it. My job, his job is to make you better, right? That's all the reason I'm here. And I love this camp. I'm almost at the end of my career. I know that, and it's going to hurt when I walk away because of this part right here, not because of the baseball games. It's not about baseball. Baseball puts us together. It's about relationships, friendships, and camaraderie. And if you don't understand that, then you're in the wrong place. Thank y'all for letting me be here. Thank y'all for everything that you've done for me, because at the end of the day, all I want to do is look out on TV and you got my job. Say, hey, this guy's got my job, and I'm happy for him. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
It's great to be here again. I'm telling you, to listen to Barry, Andy, and Will speak. I can't thank these guys enough for their sacrifice for our group and what they mean to me, what they have done for us. They can take you guys from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat, and I hope you appreciate it. But this fellowship is really important. But Barry hit on something when he said you can't do it without family. So we want to present Will with something. Now, I've never want to go on camera giving a man flowers. So let me explain what this is. This is for Katie, and it's from our group. And because Will and his wife and his family, little Beckham, they went through a period this year that will test not only a man's faith, but it'll test everything that he has running through him. And for his family to hold together the way they did is testament to their faith. But for her to loan him to us every year at this time of year is a testament to her. I know the Bible says when God gives a man a woman, he gives him a good thing. So to Katie, thank you so much for allowing you, Will, to feed this group of men that we're leading, men and women. And we appreciate having you. Thank you, and thank her for us. And that's a little token of our appreciation.
I definitely will pass that along.
Yes, sir.
She greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother.
Love you, brother.
Thank you.